Video, Sabres Now the Sabres have collected 3 out of the last 4 possible points, but are coming off a frustrating 6-5 overtime loss to Carolina, in which they battled back from a 2-goal deficit late in the third period. We spoke to first-year Sabre Carter Hutton about the big picture in yesterday's ice-level practice report following a loss to the Boston Bruins on opening night. Carter Hutton was a voice of reason in the Buffalo Sabres dressing room. The Sabres had lost 4-0, and their checking detail was big reason why. For those who had been around the team, it was a reminder of their last-place finish from a year ago. For Hutton, a newcomer and already a member of the Sabres leadership group, it was what it was, one game in a season of 82. For me, it's pretty easy, Hutton said then. It is what it is, it's no big deal. Whether we lost 10-0 or 1-0, it's just one game. We've just got to move on. Hutton took the same approach on Friday, when the Sabres returned to practice following their 6-5 loss to the Carolina Hurricanes. It was an emotional game, one in which defensive miscues spoiled another strong offensive outing against a direct competitor in the standings, yet the Sabres goalie wasn't willing to look in any direction but forward when breaking down. The reality for a young team that still sits just 4 points out of a playoff spot. Video, after practice, Housley, I don't know, we got a point last night and won the last game, Hutton said. I understand it hasn't been perfectly cleaned by any means, but the game's wide open. I think you look across the league, it's a lot of high-scoring games. It's just the way the league's trending. I think we're learning by fire here. We've got a bunch of young guys who are learning how to play tough hockey games. I think a lot of players in this room have never really been in a playoff hunt for a lot of years. So, you kind of learn as you go here in that sense. Obviously, there are things we need to clean up but a lot of things we can control. There's a lot of good things in our game as well. We need to do a better job in certain areas just like every team needs to do a better job in certain areas, Hutton said. There's a lot of positives in this room. I think that's stuff we hold on to. Yeah, we need to clean things up and get better. We just keep moving forward. We play too many games to dwell on the past. We've just got to keep moving forward and keep getting better. We've got a young group in here and this is our group. We trust each other and we work hard for each other and that's all that matters. We just worry about what's in this room. You can read the full report, including additional player comments and a projected lineup here. Today's matchup video, game preview, Red Wings vs. Sabres from the game notes. This is the second of 4 meetings between the Sabres and Red Wings this season. Last meeting, Buffalo defeated Detroit 3-2, so, in Detroit on November 24, 2018. Next meeting, Thursday, March 28 in Buffalo. Today's game is Buffalo's 6th afternoon game of the season. The Sabres are 4-1-0 in the first 5. Today's matchup is the 4th game of a 7-game homestand that ties the stretch from January 20th to Feb. 1997 as the longest in franchise history. The Sabres have killed 22 of 23 penalties, 95.7%, against Detroit in their last 6 meetings, dating back to March 20, 2017. Marco Scandella at 500 and Rasmus Ristolainen, 400, are both expected to reach games played milestones today. Ristolainen has tallied 8 assists in his last 8 contests, after tying his career high with his 8th goal of the season on Thursday vs. Carolina. Evan Rodriguez has totaled 7 points, 6-1, in his last 8 games. Casey Mittelstadt enters today's game seeking his first career 4-game point streak, and has 6 points, 1-5, in his last 8 games. Today's game opens up Buffalo's 11th of 16 sets of back-to-back games this season, which continues tomorrow afternoon vs. Winnipeg. The Sabres are 5-4-1 in the first game of back-to-back sets and 5-3-2 in the second game so far this season. Buffalo's point breakdown in their previous back-to-back sets is 4 points, 3 points, 1, 2 points, 3, 1.2, and 0 points, 1. The Sabres host Winnipeg tomorrow at 3 p.m. at KeyBank Center. Tickets are on sale now. Balled for bucks. If you donate at the game today, you can win a chance to meet Jeff Skinner after the game. Video, Balled for bucks 2019 Amerks Win Big Watch, YouTube video by Victor Olofsson's 4.931, which featured his first career professional hat trick. The Rochester Americans 2-9-1-3-3-2 cruised to a 7-1 rout over the Springfield Thunderbirds 2-1-19-6-4 to close out their brief two-game homestand Friday at the Blue Cross Arena. With the win, the Amerks have collected 17 out of a possible 20 points during their season-long 10-game point streak, going 7-0-1-2 over that span, and maintain their first-place lead atop the AHL's North Division standings. The 10-game point streak is the club's longest since a 10-game stretch between November 21 and December 13 of last season. Rochester has also notched 25 points in its last 17 games dating back to a 4-0 shutout win in Cleveland on deck 26. On the strength of his second 4-point night of the season, Olofsson took over the team lead in scoring as he has 42 points, 18-24, in his first 44 games, which includes 18 points, 8-10, in his last 16 contests. Forward Rasmus Asplund recorded his second career 3.12 outing of the slate, while Danny O'Regan and Matt Tennyson both chipped in with a pair of assists. Wayne Simpson, Scott Wilson and Tyler Randell all look a lamp for the Amerks, who claimed 5 of the last 6 meetings with the Thunderbirds. Goaltender Scott Wedgwood, the 2nd of July 17, who came within 5 minutes of earning his 4th shutout of the season, stopped 19 of the 20 shots he faced to improve to the 2nd of July 17 on the season. His 17 wins are a new personal high and rank 6th most in the All. Over his last 13 games, Wedgwood shows a record of 9-3-1 going back to the game after Christmas. Read the full recap at amerks.com. Speaking of future Sabres, Wade checked in with Corey Stillman, who coaches prospect Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen in Sudbury, about the young goaltender's progress this season. Here's a sample. You can read the full story here. Luukkonen, 2nd round, 2017, was granted a rare game off upon returning to his junior club in Sudbury after a gold medal run with Finland at the IIHF World Junior Championship in January. His coach, longtime NHL forward Corey Stillman, shares what happened next. "I asked, when do you want to play?" Stillman said by phone on Thursday. "He's like, now, he's fit into our community. The fit here has been great. They chant his name, and for a young kid, that's got to be something special." Luukkonen's rookie season in the OL has been a success by any measure. He leads the league in goals against average 2.40, save percentage .921, and wins 28. But one of the greatest strides in his development, according to Stillman, may be the workload he's taken on for the third-place Wolves. Luukkonen has appeared in 37 games for Sudbury, in addition to the 6 he played for Finland at the World Juniors. That number should only grow with 18 regular season games remaining on the schedule and a likely playoff berth to follow. By comparison, he played 25 pro games in Finland last season. "We play a lot of games here," Stillman said. "We play 68 games in a season. He's played in almost all of them. He knows he's going to play. Often, we play Wednesday, Friday, Sunday. He gets into a rhythm. He plays every other day, which I think sometimes is a pro mentality. This year compared to last year, he knows he's a number 1 goalie. He knows he's going to start." Today in Sabres history, 1984, Gilbert Perreault records his 700th NHL assist in an 8-5 win versus New Jersey.